Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. I just waxed my car yesterday, and I'm going to reapply some racer tape. I don't go to great lengths like you may have seen some cars that have got probably, I don't know, a third of the car is covered with tape. Usually you see the blue painter's tape. I don't like blue painter's tape. I don't think it's I don't think it's strong enough to stand up to rocks or pieces of asphalt or whatever else might get thrown up at the track. I don't use duct tape because it's a god-awful mess to get the stuff off. The adhesive on duct tape is just really strong, and it doesn't last very long. If you want to leave the tape on, which I do, I leave the tape on all year round. This is racer tape. It looks like duct tape, but the adhesive is different on it, and the adhesive comes off nice when you peel it off. Doesn't take your paint off if you peel it off properly. And I'm going to show you what I do with it. Basically, I do the whole rocker panel. I do the rocker panel, then I do behind both of the wheels, this area here. I used to do the front. I don't know if I'll bother doing the front or not, because as the wheel spins around, most of the rocks are going to come off hitting the back, and by the time the wheel gets over here, there's not too much left on it to hit the front. But we'll see. Maybe I'll stick a little bit on there. Same thing in the front here. All the way down the rocker panel. I'm going to do here. Now this car already had some paint damage when I bought it, so it's not perfect paint, but I'm just trying to keep up with it so that it doesn't get any worse. Now there's one strip there. I just laid down one strip all the way to the back. I'm going to trim it around the duct here. This is a duct for putting air to the rear brakes, to cool down the rear brakes, the rear discs. And now I'm going to do another one here, and then I'm going to do the wheel wells. I just took a razor blade and trimmed around here. Try not to run the razor blade onto the paint. I'd run it onto this plastic piece, which gets pretty beat up anyway. I decided to put one on here. I put it down on the painted fender part, and then I cut it because it doesn't stick to this inner fender liner very well. It sticks pretty good to the painted part. This sticks out far enough so that nothing really hits here. I want to show you this backside before I trim it. I noticed that the wear, it's got some road rash all over the place here, so I ran it all the way up here. There's a very small piece of fender that it's going to stick to, so I'm going to wrap it around the inside and then trim off the excess. And I tried to bend it around the corner. It'll, kind of bend it a little bit. You'll get some wrinkles in it, don't worry about it. And then I let it straighten out so it would come out to this outer part of here. And then I'll put another little piece in here to cover the inner part. But this shows you a little bit more about the technique of how I'm wrapping it. Okay? Now just take your hand and wrap it, press it on there, and that's how it's going to look. Oh, by the way, I could never find a dark enough blue to match this, and what I found out from experience is that black blends in better than any of the blue colors that you can get a blue racer tape, but it's like a light blue and it doesn't look very good. The black kind of disappears in there, so yeah, that's it. Like I said, I'm not going to do the front side, but I got to do the front wheel well, so let's go up there. You're probably wondering what this is. When I put my bigger tires on here, I have a lot of different sets of rims and tires, Sometimes they come pretty close to this fender edge, so I've made a sandwich out of racer tape, aluminum tape, racer tape, aluminum tape, and so on and so forth. And if I just touch a little bit going around the corner, this will protect my fender. If I hit really hard, it's gonna go right through this. This is not that strong, but I figured with multi-layers, it will, for a light hit, it'll probably protect it some. And did the same thing in the back. I think you might have noticed it when I was back there. Okay, there's that. I'll put another short piece down there to cover the inner side. And then just one more section here from there to there. I'm just going to run a couple of straight pieces. I'll show you. Okay, there you go. That's it. Just a couple little strips here. Make sure you cut where the door has to open. You can go back and press it all down. It really sticks pretty good. I've left it on for 6 months or more, and it doesn't come off. So you could put a little bit on your mirrors if you want to. Sometimes the mirrors, the rock will kick up there and hit the mirror. You can pay a lot of money to get a plastic covering on the car. If you've got a brand new car, you might want to do that. Spend you know, $600, $800, $1,200, whatever. It depends on how many square feet you want to cover. But as I told you, I bought this car used, and it already had some road rash on it, so I wasn't going to bother with that. And that helps you out pretty good when you go to the track or when you go to an autocross day. So if this helps you out, give me a thumbs up. If you want more from Froggy, subscribe to my channel. It's free. And don't forget to do the other side. Froggy out. See you later. Froggy, show you one more thing here. You see this tape? It's a clear tape that I put on the trunk because I knew I'd be lifting things over the trunk back and forth. That was put on about 5 years ago, and I put wax on over it, and just put that on there. That's also this ISC racer tape, but this is $1 a foot. This is, I call it helicopter tape. They use it to put on the leading edge of the blades of helicopters, because you would not believe how expensive the blade on a helicopter is. So they protect it with this tape. And this, just think about it. 5 years. This is about 4.5 years. This has been on there. And it looks like the day I put it on, and I could peel it off, maybe put a little heat to it. I could peel it off and it wouldn't hurt the paint. So that's helicopter tape. $1 a foot. $1 a linear foot. Okay? I've already got that here. That's the only place I put it on this car. I suppose if I wanted to, I should have put this on when I first got the car and just left it on there, but I didn't know about it at that time. So there's a little bit more information from Froggy. See you later. Bye-bye. One more thing. Froggy just realized when I was doing the passenger side, you don't have to split that tape down there because the door opens up above that. So tape right over it, and that'll give a little extra protection to that joint area in between the fender and the rocker panel.